What's up, fam? Welcome back to the vlog. Today, I am taking you through a full day of eating. Right now, I'm in my improvement season. My focus is on building these glutes, and diet is so important. So I'm just gonna take you guys a peek into everything I eat in a day. So we just finished up with cardio, and y'all are gonna learn real quick. I am not one of those people that's just like, you gotta eat breakfast food for your first meal of the day. I'm actually getting ready to have my pre-workout meal, which is always beef and rice. This is literally my favorite meal of the day. Hands down, by far. I look forward to it. It's just something about like beef, avocado. So this is avocado spread, by the way, as you guys peep that. It's just something about that combination with like the cilantro lime rice that I make. Chef's kiss. I know what it is. It's like a Chipotle bowl, but way cheaper. And they don't charge you extra for guac. All right, fam, this is one of my favorite glute activation exercises. And if you feel like you feel your glutes more on one side than the other when you're training, or you might even notice like in your check-in pictures, one side is bigger than the other, this one is one that you want to add into the mix. I did do a short on this one. I'll link it in the corner so you can take a look at it and how I break it all down. But every glute day starts with some type of glute activation work. From there, I go into my first movement of the day. So today is a glute day, but it's actually posterior chain. So we are gonna touch hamstrings a lot in this workout. And a big focus for me this season has been really focusing on tempo, slowing down everything, keeping the same activation the entire set, even if it means I have to change things up. So for example, like I notice sometimes dumbbell RDLs don't connect with as much on me as when I do good mornings. So I immediately made that switch here. I know some people say they feel this in their back. So for me, what I focus on with this one is really keeping my core tight and pushing through my heels and squeezing at the top. So that way I'm making sure that my glutes, my hamstrings are doing the work. It's not just me bending over and standing back up. This was another one when I first really started focusing on building my glutes. I would feel these in my back. So for me, it took me having to really bend over. As you can see, I'm like almost parallel with the floor. So one of the cues that I always tell my girls are nips to floor, right? That way you're not keeping your back engaged and you really are just using your glutes to kick your heel back and think about like driving it back towards the wall behind you versus just kicking back and arching your back at the same time. I always throw in some good girls into my posterior chain days. They really help with overall density of your legs, especially for all my wellness and bikini girlies. When you are hitting that back pose, that's where this really starts to shine. One thing I am working on doing a better job of though, looking at these videos, is getting more of a stretch. So allowing my legs to open up wider when they go out. And we are finishing today off with a burnout on these abductors. Listen, a lot of times, y'all, it's not about changing up your workouts every single week. It's getting more out of the workouts that you've been doing. For all y'all out there, especially my girls 30 plus, we are not in the business of overtraining, okay? We are training smarter. And this is how you really get your body to shift and to change its shape. You just gotta be consistent and keep showing up and doing the things. So if you got something out of today's little workout, drop down in the comments, let me know. All right, fam, so post-workout meal, another big old protein and rice bowl. And I'll tend to eat really similar things just because I like things that digest well. So I do switch it up a little bit here, especially while I have more flexibility in my plan before we start this cut, okay? But I know rice digests well, chicken, avocado, it always hits. Put on that. We forgot something. Now, y'all know I say putting y'all on. Okay, so you guys have seen me talk about Melinda's black truffle. If you don't know, bless yourself, okay? But this one, their Thai sweet chili, is another one that I like to use. I don't use it during prep just because first ingredient is sugar, okay? But it's like what? 2 grams of sugar, 2 grams of carbs for 1 teaspoon. And I don't put this on all my meals. Like, I can't tell you how long I've had this bottle. But if you are looking for a little bit of like sweet, but also kind of tangy, you want to try her out. You want to try her out. Hold on, wait. Let me show you just so you can get a good look. You won't regret it. That's it. Let me know some of y'all favorite like flavor stuff in the comments down below. So a little fun fact about me. I will never talk with food in my mouth because it's one of my biggest pet peeves. So I'm not gonna do that to y'all. So I'm gonna finish this and then I'm gonna see you guys at our next meal. What's poppin', fam? All right, so this is something that I use. It just helps me get a lot of my meals in. I'll also give this to my girls too. If you are looking to eat all your protein, or if you feel like you struggle getting all your meals in a day, or you gotta eat more food, you just cannot do it. One thing that I like to do is use a carb powder and also a protein powder mixed together, and that way it gives me a meal that I can drink down. I'm not gonna feel bloated or heavy or anything that you feel like can happen if you're trying to eat and you're just not hungry. So what I have, I'm not affiliated by any of these brands, okay? I'm just sharing with y'all what I'm currently using and what's been working for me in my routine is Rule 1. So I'm using right now their salted caramel protein. And then this is Carbolin. This is a carb powder. And I also do use this. Y'all have seen me on this channel. I have also used this in my intro workouts. So I sip on this during my workout with little cocktail of other stuff that I use. And this one is the neutral flavor just because the salted caramel is like strong on its own. They do have other flavors of this. They have like fruity flavors, but I feel like you gotta have like, you can't mix fruit with savory, like fruit goes with fruit. Like that's how I gotta go. So I mix these two together, and then for my fat source, I'll either add it in this if I'm looking to make like a shake or like a smoothie kind of deal, put it in a blender, froth it all up and do all that. Or if I'm just looking to get it down really quick, so I'm not that hungry, but I don't want to fall behind on meals, then I'm gonna do exactly what you guys see me do next. Don't y'all love it when the scoop is like at the bottom? You basically gotta stuff your hand, okay, in there. Get in there, okay. So here we have it, y'all. I have my scoop of protein. Okay, so I'm going in. Now with this, you want to be mindful of whatever your macros currently are at. So this particular one that I have, I believe it's 50 grams of carbs per scoop. Oh, wait. Yeah. 50 grams of carbs per scoop. So 1 full scoop of this is going to be 50 grams of carbs. I want this to be 25 grams. So if you really want to be precise, then definitely you can measure it. And then they do have, I believe they have one where it's like 25 gram carb per scoop, I believe. All right, you guys, so here we have just slightly under half a scoop. I'm gonna add that here. Now, you can add water to this. You can do almond milk, unsweetened almond milk, I recommend if you're gonna go that route. But I'm gonna keep all my extras and I'm just gonna add water to this to mix this on up. Here is our shake. It is ready to go. So I know some people might be wondering like how the carb powder is so fine to the point where your protein powder, I guarantee you, is going to be like thicker and heavier than that. So you don't feel it. It's not grainy. This only tastes like my protein powder. Question on these, as y'all know, I always do Justin's peanut butter, only exclusively during prep. And improvement season though. So Sometimes if I'm feeling a little bit something chocolate, I'll switch it up a little bit. And I use their chocolate hazelnut and almond butter. It's bomb. It's so good. So what I will do is have my shake, and then I'll take a spoonful of this, whatever my serving is. My fats are lower on my training days, like today. Just something about taking like a little sip and a little like lick at the same time. I can't explain it. It just hits. Yep. I'm gonna see you guys in the next meal. All right, y'all, and here we are. So it's simple, it's to the point. Now, some days I do change out my carbs depending on what the vibe is, what I'm feeling that day. I might do tortillas, or I might do an English muffin. Today, I'm cool with rice. Another little thing I like to do is to, just depending on how I'm feeling. Like right now, my sweet cravings are picking up because it's near my cycle time. So I know by the end of the night, my sugar cravings are like kicking. So instead of having my fat with this meal, I will save it, end of the day, my last meal, and I'll just have that fat source then, so I can have like more peanut butter. Because I typically eat peanut butter at night. That's like my last meal kind of thing. So little stuff like that, I feel like keeps me interested, keeps me going. Let me know little stuff y'all do too. And yeah, y'all already know the deal. I'll see y'all in the next meal. Last meal of the day is done. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. I so enjoyed taking y'all through my day. I'm always on the fence about doing vlogs like this because I just feel like there's so many of them out there, but y'all wanted it, so here you go. There's other things y'all want me to cover. Y'all already know what to do. Drop it down in the comments below, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Talk to you later.